Well, good evening, my fellow podcasters and podcasters who listen to podcasts. Welcome to a special edition of Birds of a Feather. Your girl AJ clowning as usual. They don't call me AJ the Suburban Princess for nothing. In fact, they don't really call that. I call myself that. But I felt like today, not only was I going to represent myself as a female, especially in the world of podcasting now that has become such a phenomenon and such a great idea for those who just don't have the degree or the caliber or the stature for ESPN or any of these highfalutin sports networks out there. But I love the freedom of saying whatever the hell I want to say on a podcast. And no matter how I do it, whether it be through this Spreaker app or through YouTube, whoever's paying attention, they can't really say anything because I said what I said and that's it. So now I'm going to decide that this is the perfect opportunity as a woman to speak up on my rights as an American and as a Black female on my disapproval of recent comments that have been posted out there in social media about a certain NFL player by the name of Cameron Newton, quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, and as of recently has become a pariah on Twitter due to the fact that part of his press conference came off in a very obnoxious, cocky, more than cocky way. Now, mind you, the moment itself that happened during this recent press conference of his, it did seem like he had attitude already. He was tired. But it wasn't until a certain female reporter asked him a question regarding routes, paths that wide receivers or players on a football team run and their design and strategy in order to get to a first down and or touchdown. She decided to ask him about routes, and he thought it was hilarious. And he actually came out and said basically that I think it's funny hearing a female talk about routes. But he laughed and then decided to play it off with his little casual grin as usual, looking like a Cheshire cat, and began to answer the question. Now, granted, it's one of those situations where I shouldn't even be surprised, and every player in the world obviously thinks this of women in sports, even though we have so many hurdles that we have jumped at this point to get to the level of respect that some female athletes still have yet to get. I mean, even if you're as prolific as Serena Williams, or maybe not as not as well known as females in golf now. These days, you got the women on the USA